Direct off not Rijeka 5 attack going here.
Adriana Killer, Lufthansa 6 for American, it's flight below 28
Hello again everybody and welcome back, happy Friday. We've had the gauntlet thrown down to us, of course, as a lot of you in Discord already know. And the challenge is, can I land a PMDG DC-6 at Innsbruck live on VATSIM with the circle to land approach. So we're going to give that a go today live. Good afternoon to Wesley, hello to you, and David and Nick, good morning to you all, and everybody else in the channel or in the live chat as well. Very warm welcome to you guys. We're chasing 10,000 subscribers. We're planning a big giveaway for that as well, alongside a long haul live stream and also a more shorter, sort of slower pace VFR stream. So pretty good. We've got some nice scenery here, freeware scenery on flightsim.to for Rijeka. Nice little coastal airport. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you've not done so already, guys. And here we are on stand 2 in the DC-6A cargo variant. And we're in one of 2 channel liveries, of course. Now, I'm not sure how all of this clearance is going to go, because we've requested purely VOR only. So, Navigraph, that's the ground charts. This is what our route kind of looks like today. It's a bit weird looking, but that is because I want to sort of head into the Alps a little bit, over Salzburg, and then indirect to Rattenberg. Over the Alps. An alternate route thanks to the new planning of Debrief, where you can, for those of you who saw my video yesterday, you're able to now select and request VOR only flight plans on Debrief, which is a really neat new feature that they've introduced with the latest AirRack update as well. And what it's done is it also suggested a flight over sort of northern Italy, and then once we get to about Bolzano, which I think was here, no, that's Trento, round about here anyway. There we go, Bolzano. We're then heading up towards Innsbruck at that point. But I wanted the more scenic route over the Alps, just to sort of test my ability with the DC-6. I'm going to try to not use the gyro pilot, sort of half autopilot thing. I'm going to try and hand fly this entire route. So yeah, it's going to be interesting. So, one of the new updates as well from yesterday's video that I spoke about was the fact that now within all of this and the nav data updates inside Navigraph, they've tweaked all the VOR ranges. So we're going to be flying all of these VORs today, and the ranges now, thanks to this new AirRack which came out yesterday, I think it was, they reflect the range as they are in real life. So really nice accuracy details added in there. One thing I'm not sure about here is how we're going to manage that departure if we get assigned it. If we get told to do the Levo 3 Delta, yeah, that's going to be interesting. So I'm not actually sure how that's going to go. We'll have to find out. Programs, hello to you. The original plan, which we had on Debrief, was via Breza, and then it took us up to Ljubljana, and then it basically took us straight across towards Innsbruck here. But it did mean, having test flown this the other day, this big vast space here meant that we weren't tracking any VORs. We were literally just pointing the aeroplane in a straight line and hoping that we were flying in the correct direction, and we'd accounted for the wind at the altitudes that we're flying at. For departure, you know what I need to do. Let's get this up. Like so. We need to plan for fuel, so 3,000.
hello, with 100 Juliet, London 340.
Wow. There's a Dalek.
100 Juliet, Fox 5203, but readability is 3/5. You are a bit correctly.
So, 3152. Actually, that's kilograms. Let's convert that into pounds. It's 6948, so 7,000.
Good evening, after passing Demo flight level 350.
Let's do 7536. That seems safe. Nox Gaming, why not use the gyro pilot? Because I want to challenge myself with flying it manually, basically. I've not flown this properly since before Sim Update 5, actually, minus the little test flight I did the other day. So yeah, certainly very interesting.
Walker 597 identified, continue.
So many gauges, Jeff, yes. Jonathan, yeah, the new VOR only function via Navigraph's Simbrief is pretty good. Now, I actually put weight into this previously, and I found that when I did put in too much weight, I couldn't climb. So on my test, those hills over there, on my test flight, first ever flight, I sort of took off straight into them. So yeah, didn't go very well. Had to start it again. That's all looking good.
November, Sierra Quebec, clear all flags, 1 Zulu arrival, Chemix transition, Island 05.
We'll let the automatic flight engineer do its stuff.
1 Zulu arrival. Please say again the transition.
Chemix, Kilo, Echo, Mike, India, X-ray.
Look at that.
Chemix transition, November.
As complicated as it is really, truly a joy to fly this. Now, I will be using the artificial flight engineer a lot. He's very busy. We're about to probably complicate things a lot. Oh, David, that's awesome.
Good day with a 4 Kilo Romeo inbound, call please flight level 360.
Door warning lights out.
Programs, I'm very good, thank you. Hope you're okay.
5210 with a 4 Kilo Romeo.
Been busy planning the 10,000 subscriber giveaway and a live stream for that. Hopefully next weekend we'll be able to do that. Wesley, awesome.
8,000 feet, split 1017.
Descend 8,000 clearance 1017 with 17 browser.
And with 17 browser, high speed approach below 10,000.
High speed approach below 10,000 with 17 browser.
November 1424 ILS friendly 17.
1424 wind 310 degrees 9 knots runway 17 clear land.
November 1424 clear to land runway 17.
Adria radar, hello, Osprey 165, DC-6 at Rijeka, stand 2, QNH 1017, request IFR clearance to Innsbruck, please.
Last station calling, Callsign only.
Osprey 165.
Osprey 165, still call you shortly, expect runway 32 watch.
Roger.
With a 55 Echo Yankee, request descent.
55 Echo Yankee, descent level 1,
right.
on conversion speed 270.
That's all looking good.
Yeah,
mixture 3 is on.
There 40 runner identified.
All we've got to do is start her up once we get our clearance. We need pushback, but actually I don't think we do need pushback for this because we're at stand 2, which is why I chose this particular stand, because I should be able to just turn and taxi out.
And Adria, with their 100 Juliet, we're flying 0.81 just for the space.
Oh, hello, is there Lufthansa?
2 minutes out cockpit.
Welcome, welcome.
100 Juliet,
Programs there with a microphone, and I've set push to talk button on my T-Flight Hotas X thrustmaster full flight joystick thing.
Andrea control, dober dan, relax 5689 on Zadar and number Echo 3 request departure clearance destination.
Who have we got over on the side of the aircraft over there, over the wing? Say hello. It's you in the Osprey Cessna Caravan. Reese, we're doing IFR because we're going to be tracking VORs. I've requested IFR. The TAF into Innsbruck looks particularly shocking, to be honest. Jonathan, I think it might have been. Yeah, I think they're going to be ready across all of the sort of route then, I think, to be honest. I think Ljubljana's going to have them ready as well.
United 85, identify 360.
Mott, hello. This is VATSIM. Osprey 165, go ahead.
165, you are clear destination Innsbruck, departure runway 32, after departure. Continue inbound Bravo Romeo Zulu, climb level 160 and squawk 5263.
Clear to Innsbruck after departure, direct to Bravo Romeo Zulu, climb to 16,000 feet and squawk 5263, Osprey 165.
165, correct.
Number 1424, runway vacated.
1424.
2 6. This is the first time we're doing this. Oh, I don't know if I like it.
Osprey 5182 at Rijeka, request IFR clearance to Innsbruck.
That's Reese.
Osprey 5182 will call shot.
Gridman, this is Rijeka's default. This is the freeware, sorry, scenery add-on.
With 17 Bravo Sierra, descent altitude 4,000 feet.
Descent 4,000 with 17 Bravo Sierra.
So, we're going to be wet. We've got the beacon on up here.
The QNH 1017 Lufthansa 21 Golf.
And with that 100 Juliet, back.
100 Juliet clear, Oflax 1 Zulu arrival, Irbu.
It's very busy, isn't it? So as you can see here, from what I remember, it's kind of ready with most things done for engine number 3. And all we've got to do is flick the mixture up and go from there, really. QNH 1017, wasn't it? So 1017. Osprey 165, Rijeka, request engine start.
Osprey 165, startup approved.
Startup approved, Osprey 165.
Relax 5689 at clearance ready.
So that's done, mixture's on rich, and engine selector's already pre-selected on 3. It's far up.
Clear destination via Obuti 1 uniform, runway 04. Find flight level 200 and
12.
225.
Here we go. She's burning. Oh look. Spot Wesley. Oh dear. Yoep, so if he told us to fly the Levo departure, then we would have had to, if we can, do the SIDS and the stars. However, he's cleared us straight to Bravo Romeo Zulu, which is a VOR that we're going to track, or the NDB, sorry, I think it is, that we're going to track first. So let me just double check. Right, it's the Brezza NDB. So we're going to go direct to the NDB first, and that's going to be using the little ADF needles. Hopefully they work when we take off. If not, it's going to be interesting. Right, engine 2. Engine selector 2. Leave it on lean. Go!
21 Golf descent altitude 5,000 feet, speed 250 knots.
7 to
12.
5,000, 250 knots, Lufthansa 21 Golf.
Speed 55 Echo, Yankee descent altitude 9,000 feet, split 100, 7.
It's at 900,000 feet and finish 1017.
Have we got?
We have 500.
Let's get rid of the ground power unit now. I've just cleared that on the overhead. Engine 4. There she is.
Romeo, fly heading 150 delay vector.
Engine selector 4. Start.
3, 6,
Yo, I can't remember what it is, David.
5,
Osprey 5182, clearance ready.
There was a particular sequence,
5182, you're clear to destination.
but I'm certain I forgot it. 3421, probably.
Continue inbound Bravo, Romeo, Zulu. Climb level 140 and walk 5235.
Roger, clear to Innsbruck via the Brook.
Love this shaky panel.
Runway 32, climb and maintain flight level 140, squawk 5235, Osprey 5182.
5182, just confirm after departure inbound Bravo, Romeo, Zulu, NDB.
Roger, direct Bravo, Romeo, Zulu, NDB for Osprey 5182.
6.
Correct.
6,
There we go.
November 21, Zurich back, standing by for descent.
5,
November Sierra, Quebec, descent level 210.
Descent flight level 210, November 21, Zurich.
Come on, girl. There she is.
Descent 4000 feet.
Hopefully she stabilises. There she goes.
KLM 24645 to
Rijeka's tiny, Goodman. There's a couple of stands here, and if I show you the charts on Navigraph.
Walker 597, I need you odd level, caution even level now, so level 36 or 340.
There we go, Sid.
Requesting 340,
Taxi. 2,500 metres long, and there's a tree line right at the end of the runway, so yeah, certainly going to be interesting. So we're going to hold at Bravo, runway 32.
Leader 1862, squawk 5230.
Turn that off now.
5230, 1862.
Oh, she's shaky. Knox, yeah, they have done such a wonderful job with this, haven't they?
Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee, squawk 5214.
5214, Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee.
The 4 Kilo Romeo is ready for descent.
God, it's so busy.
Descent level 210.
He's doing such a good job, this controller. I appreciate, if you're watching, really a big thank you to you for allowing us to do this today, of course. Transition altitude's 10,000 feet. Thomas, hello. Just, we've got to wait for our taxi instructions now.
Requesting direct to Fable Echo Romeo Kilo EVA Romeo.
United 955, direct air kilo approved.
It's great, isn't it, Jonathan? Osprey 165, request taxi.
Identify 340.
Oops.
Leader 1862, identified level 340.
Roger, flight level 3, we are at flight level 340, which are 1862.
Leader 55 Yankee, caution Echo Yankee descent. 7, caution action descent 4000 feet, split QNH 10.
Where's the runway heading while we're here? While we're waiting? 320 exactly.
Juliet descent flight level 110.
Blogs, but I think it was 100 Juliet descent 110.
November Sierra Quebec descent level 130.
Descent flight level 130, November.
Goodman, just pure look.
Lufthansa 1264, good day, radio contact check.
Lufthansa 1264, read you 5, standby for clearance.
Osprey 165, request taxi.
165, taxi runway 32 via Bravo, backtrack approved.
Taxi runway 32 via Bravo, backtrack approved, Osprey 165.
Clearance Lufthansa
I'll break off. Check the brakes.
Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee, descent level 210, clear Sierra Alpha Lima 1 Yankee arrival.
Full takeoff checks.
Sierra Alpha Lima 1 Yankee, ILS 05, descent flight level 210, Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee.
Down, forward.
Leader 4 Kilo Romeo, clear direct Oakwood.
Direct Oakwood with that 4 Kilo Romeo.
Speed, cushion leader 1 Sierra, contact tower.
Look at that.
1242675.
Flaps set 20.
Tower 12465 with the 11.
Just going to stop here, just to get a screenshot of all of you guys flying along today. Love it. Let's get a bit of power going. And the flight engineer's still going through his checks. Not that I can hear him. So he's cleared us on a backtrack. We can't see past the tree line.
It will be right turns and inbound force is heading 140.
So that's on alt, which means that we are reporting our altitude. There we go, before takeoff checks complete. 208 looks really small, doesn't it? Woof woof. Look at that, such a cool cockpit. We're gaming up for a wet takeoff here, so when we do depart, these lights down here will go green, I think. And that's showing west. Actually, it looks like we're tracking the ADFs. I'm just going to watch to see how that changes as we make this turn onto the runway. Okay, no, it's still inactive at the moment.
Rijeka 2-9 requesting IFR clearance to Innsbruck at Rijeka.
Okay, all station requesting clearance. Clearance are now on standby, so expect a 5 to 10 minutes delay.
400. That should go active when we get airborne, but we know, looking at our flight plan, we need to be flying 317 degrees. It's getting overwhelmed now. Jay, awesome! Wow, I'm still not quite there yet myself. It's been a little while actually, I've not been able to do it.
Osprey 5182, request taxi.
Osprey 518, taxi runway 32 via Bravo.
Roland, good afternoon, I hope you're well. Wesley is quite busy.
1862, ready for descent.
Leader 1862, descent level 250.
But Wesley, you're also in an A350, so you could take off like half an hour after us and still probably beat us there, so don't worry too much.
Sorry, with 1862, can you please repeat that again?
Leader 1862, join hold over.
That's what you don't want when it's busy. Repetitions. I know it's you know, difficult sometimes, but when it's really busy, the controllers need help with the workload by us being snappy and remembering what they've said to read it back accurately. Get this turn going. Now we want the whole runway. There's the centre line.
Continue Unicom 128.
128 is clear air question. Contact Foxtrot.
Adria radar to Bardam KLM 22 Zulu, request clearance to destination.
Just going to let him get sorted.
22 Zulu, clearance on standby, calling shortly.
There's the end of the runway. And this thing doesn't do short things very well. And I've tried to get right up to the end of the runway, as you guys can see here. Doesn't always work. God, he's holding aircraft on the airway. Brett, good afternoon, hello. Yeah, he's quite busy, to be fair. 1017 is set. Engine T's and P's look good. Down the bottom, up the top. We've got the park brake on. Can't remember. Assume that's a yes. Oh, we're close. We've got Munich Centre on. We don't want anything else.
675 confirm. 675.
We're going to wet Osprey 165 ready for departure.
Osprey 165, wind is 27036 knots, runway 23, clear takeoff.
Clear takeoff, Osprey 165.
Reserve 55 Echo Yankee, turn right, heading 1, caution left, heading
So,
130.
he's bringing it up.
Left heading 130.
Flight engineer's doing his job.
And Echo Yankee, speed 210 knots.
There goes the shaky panels.
November Sierra Quebec, descent altitude 5,000 feet.
Here we go, guys.
1017. And altitude 5,000 feet, 1017.
3 inches.
November 21 Sierra Quebec.
Car flaps set. Full power.
Papa Charlie,
Brakes off. Roll in.
Descent flight level 130, easy to 82 Papa Charlie.
Speed's alive. We've got a crosswind for departure, by the way. Not sure how it works with it. How good this is. We're wet. We're waiting for those green lights at the bottom of your screen to appear. Okay, here we go. Airborne. Love it. Hopefully you guys got a good screenshot. Okay, ADF's alive and we are tracking the needles. We're climbing up.
Hold over Oakland right turns inbound course 190 with a 4 kilo Romeo. We request further descent if possible.
Yes, kilo Romeo, descent level 130.
Descent level 130, 4 kilo Romeo.
Flight level 150. Walker 597, descent flight level 150.
Down to 150, Walker 597.
Well, thank you. Jonathan, thanks. Letting that speed creep up, look. He's done the flaps up as well. You know what, it kind of reminds me of the what's it called? There's a big obelisk. And there is the runway.
5148, descent altitude 6,000 feet, radar 1017.
It kind of reminds me of the CRJ in the sense that if you lose the energy whilst you're trying to fly it, it trips you up very quickly. But it's such a wonderful product that they've created. Oh, look at that shadow.
1862, descent level 170.
How we're doing? 3,000. I'm intentionally climbing a bit higher and faster, purely because I am quite keen to get her up. What else have we got here? Next frequency 127, which is tracking there in the thick needle, which is number 2, which is that one. 48 miles away.
I'm 4000 and standby, we're gonna standby.
ADF1 is the single arrow, so we need to come right slightly. It indicates, because it's moving, it indicates that we are getting close. You can see there it's creeping. That suggests we are crossing it.
190 right turns and 1 minute outbound Walker 597.
Actually, that was the first one. We want ADF2, which is the thick line, 400, Bravo Romeo Zulu, which is kind of just coming up on, it's going to be on the hill here, so it's probably this square of land, or here. In fact, there is a little square there, could well be that. But we are airborne,
Osprey 592 ready for takeoff.
and we've got to maintain. Interesting, we didn't get the supercharger stuff appearing down the bottom here. 5,000.
Variable cleared. Solid. Zulu runway 05 with 1032.
Let's get the screenshots on Volanta for all of that London controller lot to see. Hello to them.
Easy 82 Papa Charlie, can feed me Unicom 128.
What's your 8 for easy 82 Papa Charlie, thanks.
Blue 9 999 requesting our coverage to Innsbruck, please take your time, it's okay.
November Sierra Quebec, descent 4000, QNH 1017.
Okay, we're about to pass the NDB, Brezza 400, Bravo Romeo Zulu, and we're then going to be turning northbound towards the Doll. Wesley, you got to be patient.
Innsbruck at Rijeka, please take your time.
Okay,
Dolsko.
Standby clearance will be delayed for about 5 minutes, PD6 and 6.
And there we go, we're moving over it now, so let's turn. You might be right there, Jonathan, actually.
Clear direct question, November Sierra Quebec, fly heading 090.
That's heading 090, November 21 Sierra Quebec.
Lufthansa 21 Golf, fly heading 220. Lufthansa 21 Golf, fly heading 220.
I mean, look at this, it's so nice. I don't have any wing custom views, sadly, because it doesn't, I can't seem to get it to work nicely for me, but it's a beautiful part of the world to fly around in.
182, identify climb level 160.
Flight level 160, Osprey 5182.
Is there 61 question, is there question, Ryanair 4168.
So continuing the turn.
Good, and it's approach runway 13, call one final. Should we transition the radar DOR?
All the ORs just call final.
Sure, we'll take it from here and we'll report on final. Ryanair 4168.
Lufthansa 6 Romeo Kilo, Unicom 128.
122, that's Mike, Lufthansa 6 Romeo Kilo, thank you, bye bye.
Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee, leave hold now, descent altitude 9,000 feet, QNH 1017, clear Sierra Alpha Lima 1 Zulu.
8,000.
Leave hold.
Starting to approach some cloud.
QNH 1017, Sally 1 Zulu. Musketeer 3 correct.
Oh, Jonathan. Who did that? Today? Oh, the other day. You know what I did forget? Well, I've just remembered now. These windows open. I'm not going to do it right now because that would be bad. David, good afternoon. Hello, welcome. Hopefully we're going to get a load of you guys fly along when we do a long haul stream. To celebrate 10,000 subscribers, when we get there, we're going to let's come left slightly. We're going to come on, girl. There we go. We're going to be flying from Washington to London Heathrow, which is going to be really cool. Oops, wrong button. Got a good little climb rate going on here, 1,400, although we're going through cloud and that does seem to be affecting us a little bit. You can download these liveries, by the way, guys, on flightsim.to if you want to get your hands on the Channel DC-6 liveries. There's 3 of them. Bread, Dulles.
Either 4 Kilo Romeo, leave hold now, continue Oplax 1 to arrival, speed 250 knots or less.
Hold Oplax 1 to arrival, speed 250 knots or less with that 4 Kilo Romeo.
Either question Walker 597, descent, flight level 11.
How are we doing? Just shy of 200 knots still. We're maintaining that VOR needle. You can see we're starting to get on the track a bit better now because that OBS is starting to constantly need amendments. Cythera, hello. Really well, thank you. I hope you're okay. Putting all these screenshots onto Volanta, by the way, guys. Volanta Premium.
Lufthansa 5665,
Let's come right slightly.
665, your clear destination Innsbruck, departure runway 32. Departure will be
lovely, isn't it?
Inbound Bravo Romeo Zulu, climb level 340 and for 523.
The effort you put in your channels are much appreciated. Great to see the almost 10k subscribers.
Grideman, thank you very much. That is really generous of you. Thanks very much. And thanks for the kind words as well. Let's get that on. Where's the outside air temperature thing? There we go. We're pretty much at 0 now. So up here, where is it? The icing panel. Up here, there we go. Final warming, 0 to -40. That's what we want. That's going to protect the instruments. That's interesting. Seems to have broke. Look. Altitude. Oh, there we go. Oh, thank God. I was like, why is it doing this to me?
Departure runway 32 clear to Innsbruck via the runway heading Bravo Romeo Zulu, squawk 5215 and flight level 360, 21999.
Oh, God, that had me really worried then, I've got to say. See what's going on outside. The textures seem to have sorted itself. It's like it had a weird moment, or the sim had a weird moment. Look at that, it's beautiful. Spectacular, isn't it, the scenery in Microsoft Flight Simulator? Fenian, welcome on board. Thank you very much for subscribing. I don't like to turn the challenge down. 13,000. And what I'm going to do now, because the air's getting thinner, turn this off. I want to try the superchargers, so this is going to get interesting. Now, I remember from watching the tutorials a while ago that we need to bring the manifold pressure down to at least. Is it?
KLM 246, request further descent.
KLM 246 descent level 1.
I think it's down to below 30, and then we do 1 and 3.
Flight level 170, KLM 246.
Watch them all pressurise.
62 descent level 130.
Flight level 130, share 1862.
1 and 4. Watch all of those engine instruments pressurise. Now we're getting a big old boost. You can see the speed shot up, and we're continuing to climb on a lower power setting than before.
Altitude 6,000 feet. Speed 4 Kilo Romeo, turn right, heading 210, descend 6,000.
Right, that's got us back on our flight plan line a bit more. And now, William, hello! Now we're climbing with the superchargers on high.
Blue Air 999 startup approved. Thank you. Lufthansa 1264.
Lufthansa 1264.
Lufthansa 1264, you clear destination Innsbruck, departure runway 32.
Checking the instruments.
Climb level 120, spot 520.
And we're back in the climb.
Departure runway 32, flight level 120, squawk 5200, clear to Innsbruck, Lufthansa 1264.
Good grief. Did I say it? 14,000, 2,000 to go. We're almost at Dolsko. Klagenfurt 1131 needs to go in ready. That's there ready to go. Let's switch that across. And we'll tune the OBS once we get closer to Dolsko and we need to head towards Klagenfurt.
210 knots, 4 kilometers.
We'll maintain that OBS needle. 374 as a backup. That one.
Descent 7,000 feet, Musketeer 3 kilo Yankee. And 4168 is on final and that's runway 13.
No GPS in this one. 374, switch. There goes the ADF, which is also Klagenfurt. So we've now got a VOR taking us to Klagenfurt, which is over into the Alps, as you can see over there. And also, we're tracking the VOR and the NDB. Ljubljana should be down here somewhere. There it is. There's Ljubljana. When we beam that, that's the VOR. Almost at cruise, 16,000. It's going to give us some beautiful views over the Alps, by the way.
During the hold for Oklax, right turn, inbound 190. Can you say the descent altitude, please? KLM 246.
Oh, Jonathan, nice.
170, KLM 246.
Right, this is where it gets good, because we're going to use the in-flight cruise AFE. In real life, all of this is done by the artificial flight engineer, or the flight engineer, I should say. VOR 1. Oops. Start to turn, because we're pretty much there. That needle's starting to creep.
And for 907 descent altitude 9,000 feet, please 1017.
9,000, 1017, 597.
Let's chase that singular needle now for the VOR.
Air Algeria 48, clearance ready.
Oops.
Ready to copy, Algeria 48.
Holding 16,000 whilst we turn. And I promised I was hand flying this the entire way, so that's what I want to do for you guys. It's part of the challenge. I think that's probably going to be right for us. Cruise.
Can you please repeat the and climbing to flight level 200 Algeria 48.
Level 9 999 requesting taxi street runway 32.
Whereas you got to preempt when you're not going to interrupt ATC during a transmission. Think of each one as a top tip for you guys actually that might be wanting to get started with VATSIM itself. Think of the ATC and the pilot in a conversation that you don't want to interrupt. So if they're talking about one thing at the moment, what you want to then do is ensure that you don't interrupt them inadvertently. Kill that descent. I want to stabilise this a little bit.
Descent 5,000 feet, QNH 1017, Musketeer 3 Kilo Yankee.
Either 4 Kilo Roma, descent altitude 4,000.
Is that nice?
Descent altitude 4,000, 4 Kilo.
So you want to wait for that conversation to end before you then start a new one, if that makes sense. Probably a good way to explain it. We're literally between two trim tabs here by the looks of it. 2 notches of trim.
1862, how long do we have to hold at Oklax?
Grey Dog, welcome on board. 16,000, or flight level 160 I should say, because we're above transition.
Okay, roger that. Blue 999,
LOWI.
taxi to runway 32.
Blue 999 taxi runway 32 and come fully ready.
Winds are variable at 1 knots now at LOWI. That's changed. The forecast looked hideous. But hey, I'm happy for that. Right, so after Klagenfurt, we want to track Geisberg 10945.
Run 841 identified fly heading 180.
10945, and then Salzburg, which we're using nav 2 for 113, 113.8. Wow. And then we want Rattenberg 303. So if you trim the aeroplane, you can just let go. I'm not even holding the controls. The aeroplane might go up and down a bit. 303, but we want it to settle naturally. 374, that was Klagenfurt. Dropped slightly, but look, we're within 50, I'll take that. Happy days. Wings are level. Look at that. This is the first time flying into the Alps since World Update 6 arrived. And they look really good. See, we're heading over that way, towards the mountains. Tomorrow, folks, don't forget, we're going to be taking part in Copenhagen Live, and that is a huge VATSIM event that the 1228 for Osprey 165. Thanks for the ATC, bye. Unicom. Slight correction to the left. Oh, it's quite spectacular, isn't it? Look at that. If only we had some wing views. Don't, we only have these internal ones, sadly. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be back in the Aerosoft CLJ, my favourite aircraft in Microsoft Flight Simulator at the moment, as you guys know. And we're going to be heading from Copenhagen down to the new Gaia-made Stuttgart for World Update 6 that was released the other day. We're going to check that out with a little flight, and then we're going to turn around at Stuttgart and we're going to fly back to Copenhagen. And for those of you who might not be doing anything tomorrow, you're really welcome to join me, because there are also prizes up for grabs. And what they're doing at the moment for this event is if you file a flight plan and you complete the flight from takeoff to landing, and you fly into Copenhagen or out of Copenhagen, you will be entered into a draw for a chance to win a number of prizes, and there are loads up for grabs, including Navigraph subscriptions and scenery with Orbex and all sorts of really cool stuff. So you absolutely do not want to miss out. Geisberg 10945, that's coming up. We want to know there, we've got 6 miles to go to that VOR that we're about to fly into. We're getting close because the OBS is starting to creep. Let's do as it wants here, let's go to 330. Shamrock then, well, from 6Z there should be some ATC online for the event. Let's switch that across. .10945 is out of range. Have we got any other assistance things? The lash is there. No bother. Let's commit to the turn anyway. We're going to keep tracking this as we go. And I know I want to fly roughly 300 degrees as a heading. It depends on track really. So this is me now sort of flying to a planned heading. It should be that. What are we at? Did I say 300? Perhaps not. 320. Perhaps I miscalculated that. Chris, hello. Your sim constantly freezes on the load screen every time I try and load into airports. The sim is unusable. Is that with anything at all inside your community folder? .1138. Let's switch that across. We'll see what happens when we track either of these. Salzburg's 410. I'm not sure what to suggest really for that. Switch the frequency back. I think we're out of range for that as well. Yeah, so we're out of range of everything at the moment. We are flying heading 315, 320, 317. Mandalorian, hello, welcome, welcome. Really good, I hope you're okay as well. Oh dear. He's on his way. Osprey 5182 is actually not too far behind. He's at Dol. Got loads of screenshots today. Do love this aeroplane, but it is so difficult to fly. Okay, we're going to hold that altitude and we're going to hold that heading. That should be okay. Yeah, that's a good question actually. Wesley, what route are you using? Let's have a little gander around. What's that down there? Look at that. Is that Zelamsee? Or Zelamsee? With my horrendous accent. And my inability to pronounce things properly. Moritz, you can do, yes. So, that's a good question actually, and I don't know why I didn't think to use that. 1131, let's demonstrate that. 1131, and then we want 10945. So remember 10945, guys. .10945. Okay, so actually we do want that in the OBS. Let's just put it here, just for the sake of demonstration. What's 1127? Oh, that's Dolsko. We don't want Dolsko. 1131. Right, there we go, that's better. So we can fly away from it on a back course. Like that. So we can set this, and now if we start to drift, away, that OBS needle should move. So that's tracking that one. We want 109.45 in there. It's getting them all confused. So I've got so many VOR frequencies written down at the moment. It's canting away from the VOR at the moment. Not letting myself get sucked into the right ever so slightly. And remember, I haven't got gyro pilot on. I'm hand flying this. Ordinarily, I would use the gyro pilot, make use of it, because it certainly would be a good thing to make use of. We're basically flying a straight line away from the VOR now. And we are a quarter of the way there. Captain Paul D, hello to you, welcome. Doctor on board is asking if the DC-10, or do you mean the DC-6? Not sure if the DC-10 can do that or not. The DC-6, sorry, can. So this aircraft could do oceanic, and used to in the past. Back in the days of older navigation, where you would be tuning across NDBs that would be floating on ships across the Atlantic Ocean, and the aeroplanes or the pilots would track all of those as it was flying along. Right, shall we look at some charts, folks? We've got to start to think about what we're going to be doing. So there's our location. We're kind of just over, or just shy of the halfway point, and we're going to expect a route in via Rattenberg into Innsbruck. Now if we open the Navgraph charts list, we can we've got a number of different options here, and all we're going to do is this Rattenberg 1 Bravo arrival. In fact, we're not even doing that, we're just going in direct via Rattenberg. So none of these actually really apply to us, because we are, except for this one, Salzburg 3 Alpha, because we're flying in via Salzburg, my little route that took us round and further away up to Salzburg and back. Well, that's playing into our hands here quite nicely, because we're going to fly in from Salzburg 1138 and then down to 9500 on the Salzburg 3 Alpha arrival into Innsbruck via Rattenberg, and that NDB frequency there is 303. Now winds are variable at 1 knot, which is good because that means we can try and request this circle to land procedure, and that is from Rattenberg. Those of you who saw my tutorials will be familiar with this. From Rattenberg heading in towards Advig to intercept the offset localizer, like the ILS approach if you like, into Innsbruck. Point take, no problem at all, Marco, welcome on board. 18,000 feet Wesley for LOWI, so we'll be going into local QNH shortly anyway. Yeah, we're going to be tuning this frequency 111.1 and sorting out the charts, or the OBS, sorry, to read an ILS display with the glide slope and things, and then we're going to make our way down towards the runway, down to 320 here, which is the NDB of run, or 4.2 DME from the ILS. Quite a steep approach anyway, it's 3.77 degrees down here, but then we're not going to stop there, we're going to stop at 4.2. I'm going to manually fly all of this as well, and we are then going to break off at 4.2 DME, down to 30 degrees, down to the power lines, just past the Innsbruck NDB there at 420, and then we're going to fly this downwind leg at 3,700 feet, up to St. Axam's Church, which is just here where the 1 is, and then round for the circle to land procedure. So onto 08. So we're going to approach initially for runway 26 with this procedure, and we're then going to break off and fly a manual, visually flown circling approach, visual approach onto runway 08. And there's all of our minimums. There's an alternative. but we're not going to be using that today. Doctor aboard, yeah. I'm glad you're paying attention. But there we go. If we have to go around for any reason, it's going to be quite interesting because everybody's going to be coming in as well at the same time in the opposite direction to us. So we're going to need to really sort of push back up, really. Where can I show you? Special log DME. We're going to have to sort of break off and fly up the valley back up to Rattenberg, climbing as best as we can, and that's going to be a difficult thing in this. Airport elevation's at 2,000 feet, but we've got all the terrain around us, and the DC-6 doesn't like to climb at high rates. I think the most we got a minute ago was 1,500 foot per minute. So yeah, that's what we have got to look forward to. So we need the Salzburg VOR of 113.8. That's going to be tuned in after we get towards Geisberg. At Geisberg we'll probably start thinking about descent, but we won't commit that descent until we get to Salzburg, because we've still got a fair way to go until we actually reach Rattenberg actually. So we'll play it by ear. We'll try and work out a bit of a top of descent for us to use. David, yeah, you make a good point. It's more I worry about the sort of performance of trying to get her in the climb and stable in a nice stable climb. Yeah, transition altitude is about 18,000 feet usually, so what's the QNH? You can work it out looking at the QNH. Meta, LOWI. QNH is 1016, so yeah, maybe 18,500, 185. Tomorrow's going to be fantastic. We're going to be really thrown into the deep end with this. God, look at those Alps. They've really done well to sharpen these up. I mean, look at that. That's a great way to summarise it, Keith, yes. In the event of a go-around, make sure your seatbelt's nice and tight, but prepare to crash. Look at that, wow, wow, wow. That is quite magnificent, isn't it? Yeah, don't need any of this DEM stuff anymore, this freeware stuff that people have been creating. This is really quite special. Really cool. Weird little bit of stuttering there. Gridman, yeah, the TAF that I saw earlier suggested loads of thunderstorms, low visibility, low cloud and all that sort of stuff. But I meant all of ours, Simon. Especially the engineer. You know what? That's the job I couldn't do, because during takeoff and landing, he's not even looking outside. He's literally staring at all of this. So how he doesn't throw up is beyond me. It's quite incredible. Right, we're back on our flight plan line a little bit more now. We're getting a bit of, feels like we're getting a bit of crosswind anyway. It's just affecting us ever so slightly. Gridman, I think it's a minimum of 3 people usually, or 4 crew Ooh, what's going on here? That wasn't me. I would imagine we're getting affected by the mountains below, which is quite incredible if that's the case. Guys, don't forget to give us a little like while you're here. What a magnificent flight deck. All we've got to worry about is descent in range before landing checks, and the AFE can deal with that. Ah, Quecker, you're on Unicom now as well. Yeah, at the moment it says LOWI from 1220Z, which is already an hour out of date. Variable at 1 knots, all the 9s, few clouds at 7,000, and a nice balmy 25 degrees Celsius. Dew point at +12 and a QNH of 1016. yeah. I couldn't do it. I've got to be, when I'm, if I'm flying, especially something like this, I want to be looking outside, and having somebody else deal with all the engines. But it is quite magnificent, isn't it? How they still fly these around in real life is quite cool. Philip, awesome. Hello, hello. Where are you departing from today? Munich? Now, interestingly, I would have thought we'd be picking this bad boy up now. Yes, we are. So are we not getting a directional indicator to Geisberg? Let's do 113.8. There we go, there she goes. It didn't like Geisberg. 32 miles to Salzburg. God, we're making really good progress. Simon, yeah, it does take a while. And you know what? This is the second time I've ever flown on VATSIM in the DC-6, and actually the first time I've ever had ATC online while I've flown it, I think. I think the last time was Unicom, I believe. Somebody suggested to me 90 BMEP for approach, final approach is a good level to have set. The other down Discord, engine T's and P's looking good. Why are we turning ever so slightly again? Ah, Philip. Smart move.
Salzburg traffic Civad 2653 is taking off runway 33 on 2 off the button.
She's really quite stable in the air. Once you get it trimmed up nicely, you got the power set up right, weight balance all sorted out, sorted like quite nicely as well. She flies wonderfully. I mean, look at the view. The simulator does just keep getting better and better, doesn't it? Look at that, guys. The depth and the sharpness of the mountains. Thanks to World Update 6, no doubt. 4 more screenshots to add of our route. Let's get them put on Volanta as well. That's quite incredible. Mott, awesome. You flying out of Rijeka as well, were you? Right, so it's 16,000 feet for cruise at the moment. And we have got... Where's the SID? Sorry, where's the star? Where's SBG3 Alpha? It's 51.6 miles from Salzburg to Rattenberg. We have to get from 16,000 to 9,500. So yeah, we'll roll at wings level, and I mean, that's literally 7,000 feet, 6,500 feet to lose in 50 odd miles. Certainly more than enough. At 303. That's on ADF 1. So we're waiting for that one. Oh, basically we're waiting for the second double arrow, ADF 2. That's lined up. We're waiting for this singular arrow here of ADF 1, which is tuned to Rattenberg, to get in range and then flick round, so it's active basically. What else have we got here? Special lock DME East. We've got a final approach course of 254 degrees for the OBS. Oh no, LOWI approach. Oh, and LOWI tower. Oh guys. 119.27. If you're watching, hello. Please let us do the circle to land. One more click. Oh, and we're turning. Innsbruck approach, good afternoon Osprey. 165 is a Douglas DC-6 at flight level 160 inbound Sierra Bravo Golf.
Osprey 165, Innsbruck radar 075, information hotel, expect localizer DME East approach.
Information hotel on board and expect localizer DME East approach. Osprey 165. Yeah, boy! He's giving it us to us. We're getting it. God, let's get me charts back up because I feel like I'm losing track of where we are here. Got all excited then. Yeah, so we are drifted ever so slightly right. Let's get back. And we should, there's a big old river. We should see Salzburg. Down here somewhere. You know what, it's probably literally down right on the nose. I think it is. Oh well. Yeah, 6 miles is literally pretty much below us. So we're coming in via SBG. We want 225 or 045 actually on the radial for this, which is about there for a back course. As we turn and
descend altitude 9,500 feet, QNH 1015.
Descend 9,500 feet, QNH 1015, Osprey 165. Descent.
26 inches, please. Setting 26 inches.
Where is she? Is that Salzburg all the way down there?
Seatbelt signs on. On. Engine blower is low.
That's it, Gridman, let's go. Love it. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. That's not what we want. Let's keep this turning. 225. Oops. Bit sensitive on the throttle. That's a bit better. Watching that altitude trickle down. How are we doing here? 1,000 foot per minute roughly. Yeah, that's looking good. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bin this localizer. So no, I won't bin it off just yet actually. Right, what else can we do to prepare for this? Especially now there's controllers online, I want to help them out, not and not cock it up. Right, so 254 lock DME east procedure. 303.
Osprey 5563 is at Salzburg. Through flight level 24.
Treble 1.
Information India.
That's going to be final approach frequency.
Squawk 1000, Osprey 5563.
Hello, we were 9 flight level 2.
303, and we want. Is it 410? We want 320.
Station calling, Callsign only.
Blue World 9999999, whiskey, S Lima.
What?
Whiskey Foxtrot Lima 99999 Innsbruck Radar 7.
No idea what you're on about.
Information India, expect localizer DME east approach.
Expecting localizer DME east runway 2.
So it's information India at time 1250 Zulu, runway in use by ATC. Transition level not determined, wind calm, visibility more than 10 kilometers. Clouds view 7,000 feet. Sort out my navigation here. Temperature 26, dew point 11, QNH 1015.
Romeo Tango Tango established.
And 110, hold.
Steve, thanks.
Romeo Tango Tango, Rattenberg, established, Blue World 949.
Osprey 5563, descent flight level 120, hold at Rattenberg, Romeo Tango Tango.
We're flying VOR to VOR, so it's not like we're locked in an airway. We're not, you know, provided we don't drift too far away, we should be alright. So I'm just working to get us back online a little bit.
Osprey 165, via Rattenberg, cleared localizer DME east approach.
Well, Rattenberg cleared localizer DME east approach, Osprey 165. And thank you if you're watching. Really appreciate it. Make sure you give us a little, like if you've got a link to feedback or something, drop it into a little private thing on vPilot, and we'll, if you guys do that for Austria. In we go. 12,000. So yeah, we were just a real nice, gentle descent. Gridderman, I just saw your
Innsbruck approach, Osprey 5182.
Saw your comment. I don't know why Streamlabs has banned that, but let me just copy and paste that.
Osprey 5182, Innsbruck radar identified information India, expect localizer DME east approach.
Roger, we'll grab information India, expecting localizer DME east for Osprey 5182. Thank you.
Look at this. Down we go. Quite fantastic, isn't it?
2000 worker in SCM Blue World Band, trouble 9.
Osprey 5563, rate of descent 1000 feet per minute away.
1000 feet per minute, Osprey 5563.
I think we're back on a bit of a track. Yeah, it's looking a bit better. And, oh, ADF-1's active, so there we go, we've got a track to Rattenberg now, so we're going to fly to that. We're almost needing to level off.
Osprey 5182, proceed direct Rattenberg, Romeo Tango.
What else do we want? 254 for final approach, let's get this set ready.
Direct to Rattenberg and
25,
as published.
255,
Osprey 5182.
4. QNH 1015 is set. Oh. Try now.
Osprey 5182, descent flight level 130.
Roger, descend flight level 130 for Osprey 5182.
I need my charts. Special lock DME East. Rattenberg 303, that's tracking and active. And we're flying straight ahead. We're getting some good turbulence here, look. We're flying directly to that. Then we're going to break off 207 degrees to then intercept the localizer, which then we're going to be working to basically align the lateral and vertical guidance within the OBS here. Almost leveling off. Oops. Dr. Board, it's because he departed not long after us and he's in an A350. So he's been going triple the speed. Let's just let the airplane try. Let's try and settle her actually. Let's come on. We're at 9,500. Try and trim for that once she settles, but it's a bit difficult to trim in turbulence. Steve, yet loads of screenshots. I do love a screen grab. Oh wow. Hopefully you guys are enjoying this. Not only scenic, but quite challenging for me as well. Oops, let's go. We dropped 100. We've got to make sure that we don't go below 100 feet of our target, of course. He says as he allows himself to drop further. And Philip says he's stacked up above us. Looking. Looking, but I'm not seeing.
Innsbruck approach, Osprey 5182, request a vector to the Rattenberg VOR. We haven't picked it up yet.
You know what we can do?
Osprey 5182,
Tune that ready.
NDB is currently at your present heading.
Is there current heading for Osprey 5182?
Treble 11, we'll check that. Treble 11, and the volume's up.
Heading 230.
Heading 230 for Osprey 5182, thank you.
Come on, girl. It's getting busy. So obviously now, because we're in descent phase, we've lost a bit of speed, so we're at about 180 knots now. and I believe he will have, yep, there we go, so he's also switched off the engine superchargers as well. We want to make sure as well actually that they're extended. Look at that. Wow. It is always so fantastic flying around Austria in the sim. It's one of the most stunning places. I've absolutely spammed the screenshots today. Right, Innsbruck, by the way, it should be in the valley down there. Because this sort of takes us in, so literally around the corner of this peak here should be where the runway is, and Advig should be sort of down between these two peaks here actually, so we should be almost at the NDB. Gridman, you know what? I've not had chance to, or not had cause, I should say, to use its biggest feature, which is the state saving ability. In case you get crashed to desktops and stuff, it is the ability to sort of save your state.
The 5665 Innsbruck radar identified information India, expect localize DME east approach.
That's set for go around. And I think the guys are stacked at Rattenberg, aren't they?
665, descent flight level 130. 130 for
Can't see them. Right, in range.
Cooling turbine. Normal. Fuel booster pumps. On low. Fuel tank selectors. Mains on. Crossfeed off. Hydraulic bypass valve. Down. No smoking signs.
Lufthansa 5665, enter holding at Rattenberg, Romeo Tango Tango.
Love it. Hopefully you guys are getting some great screenshots because you're all stacking in the Rattenberg hold at the moment, which is pretty awesome.
Lufthansa 5665, correction from my side, descent level 140.
303. Now we want 320 as a backup. I'm surprised we've not picked up the localizer yet. That's a bit of a worry. Oh, look at that. There's one of the guys. Great shout. And we've got the VOR. Awesome. So maintaining 9,500 for the time being. We've got 25 miles to run. And when we're at
165, contact Innsbruck Tower 120.1, enjoy your landing. Bye-bye.
Contact Tower 120.1 for Osprey 165. Thanks for the ATC.
Whiskey Foxtrot Lima 999, descend altitude 9,500 feet, KNH 1015. Next time passing Rattenberg, cleared localize DME east approach.
KNH 1015, cleared 9,500 of 9,000. Could you repeat it? But
Mike, Innsbruck Tower Servo 325. Cheers, thank you.
Innsbruck Tower, good afternoon, Osprey 165, DC-6 inbound on the special lock DME East procedure for the circle to land with information India on board.
Osprey 165, Innsbruck Tower Servos, cleared circling approach runway 08.
Cleared circle approach 08, Osprey 165. Advig is coming up. Course is set in the OBS, that's 254, which is set. And we're just going to now, oops, I've allowed ourselves to drift up slightly here. There we go, it's that needle's starting to come in, look. Let's see. Kweku, get the charts. You want to fly track FPA mode, and you want to literally time minute intervals, basically. (254) before landing checklist. See, we need the drag before we start to think about slowing down. It's going to get so busy, I'm not even going to get a chance for a great screenshot here. Right. Down we go.
Gear up and down, please. Gear up and down.
Slightly come right. It's an offset localizer, so it doesn't actually take us straight into the runway. It does, but from an angle. It then requires a visual element.
Gear down and locked. 3 greens. Props. 2400 RPM.
Down we go, guys. Circling approach in the DC-6. Am I worried? Definitely.
Speed good. Extending lights.
Okay, so we're on the lateral guidance quite nicely. We're above the glide slope.
Boeing 737 requesting high factors to London Gatwick.
Next 143, Mike, information India current, cleared London Gatwick, Kempton 5, Juliet departure, climb initially, flight level 1.
The minute we are,
squawk 467.
is that 14.8 DME, does it say? What's it, 7,500? About 500 foot above the profile at the moment.
Next 143, Mike, feedback correct, QNH 1015.
But I worry about power settings. That's all done. Let's abort that so we've got control of the throttle should we need it. Simon, yes, you've studied that video then as well. I was throwing myself into it the other day just to see if it was even possible, and yeah, it worked out. Right, so at 4.2 we're going to be... Oh, yeah, thank you very much, yes. Good stuff. They've drafted in emergency services from all over Austria, hopefully, for this. Ashley, hello, welcome. Yeah, we're about 500 foot above profile, but I'm happy with that because height equals time in this. David, thank you. What's the max actually, out of curiosity? What is the maximum speed for gear extension? Because obviously it's put it down by default. Visual approach, right, 230 at 4.2. 9.4, so a couple of miles to go. $3,700 to level off.
Innsbruck Tower, Blue Wild 9999, Whiskey Foxtrot Lima, 9999, 8,000. We are cleared for the localizer DME, runway 26.
So I'm visual now, so I'm ignoring the ILS.
Clear cycling approach, runway 08.
You mean runway 26, sir?
Whiskey Foxtrot Lima 9er, yes, there is a circling approach, runway 08. You're on an omnidirectional approach.
He's cleared you for the same thing that I've got, Wesley. It's less than 1,000 to go.
Whiskey Foxtrot Lima 9er, are you aware of the procedure?
Oh, good stuff. So I'm riding 170 knots then. 4.5. Turning. Into the valley, following the river. I think it's a river. Towards the power cables. $4,000.
Osprey 165, wind 070 degrees, 5 knots, runway 08, clear to land.
Clear to land 08, Osprey 165. Screenshot time. Quick. Back in the flight deck. 100 foot to go. Cythera, thank you. Yes, you've reminded me. Perfect. Okay, looking out for the power lines. There's some like nursery slopes that we've just gone over, and there's some buildings on the motorway there. Power lines go off through that valley there. Turning. 3,700. We're making sure we're leveling off now. We've got a hold 3,700. We do not want to go less than that. Gear's already down. Flaps are set to... is it 20 or 30? Let's have a quick look here. Get that nose up. Okay, so we need full flaps prior to our arrival. I'll set full flaps just before the church, because it does cause us to balloon somewhat. 3,700. We've lost the localizer. That's good. We need to worry about that. We need to come left slightly. Lauren, hello. There's the church just off the nose. There's the airport down below. Let's start the flight recorder app as well, although it is a bit unstable, so touch wood we don't get a CTD. Here we go. There's a church.
Shanix 143, Mike, push inside.
Shanix 143, Mike, push inside approved.
We are full flaps now, and we're turning.
143, Mike, thanks.
David, I'm not sure how heavy we are, actually I haven't checked. Come on, go. Where are we? Where's that runway? There's the runway. This is looking okay. Speed's looking good, still upper band of the white, yeah, upper part of the white band. Always seem to overshoot this recently, but 30 degrees angular bank. Not going to ask it to do more, but I'm just going to let it come around to correct itself. We've got 2 red, 2 white, that's fine.
Innsbruck South Royal, Osprey 5563 is inbound and localized to me, east approach 9,500.
I put my feet on the rudder pedals.
63 Innsbruck Tower Servos, clear circling approach, runway 08.
Ooh, are we? go. I think that's... Is that... Where's 90? Oh, I'm not good at setting these powers. There we go. That's the best I'm going to get. Here we go. Screw it. Let's idle the throttle. We've got loads of speed to wash off. We'll make use of that with an early flare. Get them reverse throttles going. It's always a handful. We're very fast, David, yes. But we are down. Willie, yes. It worked, didn't it? We got it down.
Osprey 165, welcome to Innsbruck, taxi via Bravo to the apron.
Taxi Bravo to apron, Osprey 165, thanks to ATC.
Whiskey Foxtrot Lima 999, wind 070,
After landing?
5 knots, runway 08, clear to land.
But did you die? Yes, exactly, Matthew. And we can use the aeroplane again. Most important. Jet 2 Holidays, Chanex just departing, look. Probably wondering what the heck I'm doing. There's a Wesley in the A350 coming in by the looks of it as well. Just see him there actually. Good grief. Ah, David, yeah, you know what, I've not bothered reading any of that. As it shows. Now, Wesley will get really angry and lose his rag if I don't spot him, so quickly. Here he comes, in the pink livery.
Innsbruck Tower, good afternoon. Osprey 5182 with you, 9,500 feet on the localizer DME East approach.
Osprey 5182, Innsbruck Tower, servos. Clear circling approach.
Oh, what? Of course I do, yes.
Roger, clear circling approach, runway 08 for Osprey 5182, thank you.
Here we go, in an aeroplane that can't actually fly into Innsbruck.
Next 143, Mike, taxi holding point, runway 08.
He's still going. There he goes, he's down. Oh, he's still going. That's a late touchdown. He's down. He's in. Love it.
Easy 1598, Innsbruck Tower.
Best way to go, Matthew.
Correct. Cleared Berlin. Kogol 32, let's departure, runway 08. Climb initially flight
I managed to get it on the flight recorder mod. You guys will be pleased to know. So I'm going to leave the engines running.
Say again, please.
Easy 1598, squawk 4671.
Let's see. I do like a screenshot. Let's get that.
Easy 1598, feedback correct, QNH 1015.
Now what are we thinking to my touchdown rating, folks? There's Wesley. Could have been about doing the return.
Hello, Blue 19999 on the ground by David.
Whiskey Foxtrot Lima 999, welcome to Innsbruck, taxi via Bravo to the apron.
We got another one in the circuit pattern yet?
Bravo to ramp, Blue 999.
Not yet. Right, let's check out Volanta while we're waiting. We'll see who's inbound here. We've got... That was Wesley. Oh, so there is somebody else inbound. Philip.
Phoenix 143, Mike behind next arriving.
And then we've got... Wow, then we've got Kai. Then we've got Osprey 5182 as well. Get them screenshots added in. Got them screenshots, I've never taken so many. And that looked pretty good. Over Creo, I should have really gone straight to a 30-degree angle of bank, really. Let's end the flight, review the flight. That's Philip on downwind leg. That's alright. Minus 185 foot per minute at 1.15 G. That's pretty good. And there was our little route today, which is pretty cool. Who's this? Hello to them. Now we've got to spot the others. There's no such thing as a circle to land depart, although actually I think at Innsbruck there is a departure which there he is spotted like a bullet, look, in the Osprey livery in the CRJ. Love that aeroplane. Here's Philip's go. Now there's either going to be smoke by the time he appears outside the other part of that hill, or we're going to spot him. It's going to pop out about here somewhere. Maritz, yeah, it's a 757. It's actually part of the Orbex scenery. The Orbex Innsbruck scenery, although the premium deluxe version is very nice. There he is. Just through the clouds there. That gear looks like it's just come down as well. It's down and locked. So good. Where's he gone? SOS to Philip. Has he had a CTD? Ooh. Scramble those, boys. Get the fire trucks out. Oh no, I think he's had a crash to desktop or something. Lauren waiting for smoke here. I think I jinxed it, didn't I? I think he's had a crash. Oh no, there he is. It's nothing to do with model matching, Wesley. That's the server, VATSIM server. It's like watching a UFO come in, it's not rendered in yet. Really weird. What do we reckon, folks? Smooth. Or they're going to have to close the runway for resurfacing. Here he comes, there we go. Oh look, that's weird. So when we say, oh, we don't have any lights at the moment, it's because they're obviously a lot lower than the aeroplane, which is really bizarre. Unless that's the render scale bug that they mentioned on the forums. Here we go. Ooh. Hello, EasyJet. Philip's got this in the Osprey CRJ. John. Ye of little faith. Look at this, that is beautiful. Oh, right on the touchdown zone. That channel livery, by the way, folks, is going to be updated soon. There he is. Welcome, Philip. There's Wesley. Wow.
3 Mike, wind 070 degrees, 5 knots, runway 08, cleared for takeoff, kindly accelerate.
Roger, hit takeoff and we'll move quickly.
Osprey 5563, welcome to Innsbruck, taxi via Bravo to the apron.
August, no worries at all, thank you very much. Oh, Wesley, not quite as buttery smooth as me. Right, let's watch that Chanix go, shall we? He's on the back track. Oh, Simon, yeah, the CRJ is great for those. I mean, it's hands-on anyway, isn't it, the best of times, even in the ILS approaches and things like that, but on a VOR approach or a circle to land like this, it is on a whole other level, isn't it? I wonder if this guy knows he's on stream. Hello to you, Chanix. Where's he flying off to, anybody? Anybody know? Oh, look at that, he stayed rolling like a pro. Kept the engine spooled up. The VATSIM server doing its thing. There he goes. Right, gear's going up already.
Osprey 5182, wind 070 degrees.
That's awesome.
5 knots, runway 08, clear to land.
Clear to land, runway 08, Osprey 5182, thanks.
There's the channel livery. Do love it on the CRJ. There goes the Chanix.
Chanix 143 Mike, thanks for the cooperation. Contact Innsbruck Radar 119.2.
Go to Gatwick, nice one. And we're looking up here now.
119.275, next one. What we might cheers, bye.
Question is, whereabouts in the pattern is he? Let's go on here, let's have a look. What have we got left? We've got Lufthansa 5665 as well, haven't we? Is that the last person we're expecting in? Chanix is doing the, I think that's circling departure. Can't see him though. And I think, was it Kweku that's...
Easy 1598, pushing sort of proof, facing west.
Downwind. I think it's Kweku, isn't it? I suspect he's behind the terrain. I did see a bit of movement then, but it might be my eyes tricking me. Which has happened before. Well, it shows you how tough the terrain is here, because we're flying in on downwind all the way up there, and we're literally 1,000 foot from the ground up there. Kweku, no problem. What's your call sign? Should be turning on final from Fat Spy. Good stuff, thank you very much. So he's around about here. I think at that point he disappears. I think the MSFS render stuff has been a bit wonky recently, so he's going to be popping up. Oh, there he is. Wowzers. That was close. Oh, look at that, nice little smooth touchdown as well, no bounce. Oh. Oh, he's off. Oh well. Different scenery, right?
008, correction Osprey 5182, welcome to Innsbruck, taxi via Bravo to the apron.
Such a good controller.
Roger, Bravo to the apron, and we may need some medical personnel over here.
Osprey 5182 is copied, medical personnel will be on the way.
Brilliant. Who else are we waiting for? While we're waiting, what we can do... I'm not sure why the caravan's showing if he's supposed to be a DC-6. Right, what I'm going to do, just because I'm conscious of we're filling up, there's 2 stands free basically, I'm going to disconnect from VATSIM and then connect in as observer mode. Oh Wesley, that's because I scripted it to do that. I'm going to connect as observer mode, so I'm going to become invisible to the radar controller and everything else. Oh, it's moving. But it means that the stand becomes free as well. Reese, are you in the DC-6 or are you in the caravan? And is Kweku inbound, is he? I love that, we're all doing the circling approach today. Mowed the lawn and took a few signs with him as well. The DC-6 are awesome. I'm not sure why it didn't load up as that then, that's a bit bizarre. Do you guys want to see me do a replay? Because I covered it on I caught it on flight recorder. Is Kweku Lufthansa 5665?
EasyJet 178, request taxi.
Easy 1598, taxi holding point runway 08 via Alpha.
Via Alpha to holding point runway 08, EasyJet 178.
We get filled up Innsbruck today. We've had some fantastic controllers online, of course, allowing us. No, well, I worry that if I disconnect tower controller, when I do the flight replay, I'm going to appear back in the downwind leg for you, which could get quite confusing. There's Reese. You should be in a DC-6. And we've got somebody else there parked up, which is cool. Wesley. Alex, hello. Good question, actually. No, we didn't. I got rid of them, actually, the Megapack stuff a while ago. And there's Philip over the end. I must be burning so much fuel. Let's watch the EasyJet depart. What do you guys think? Should we wait till Kweku gets down on the ground? I think we're waiting on him. Yeah, there we go. We'll watch the EasyJet depart, we'll then disconnect and then reconnect in as observer mode, and then we will do the flight replay. And providing, hopefully we don't get a crash to desktop, it should be fine. We will then wait for Kweku to land.
Alexander 565, should you bring the visual approach runway 26?
Lufthansa 5665, Innsbruck Tower, servus, continue.
Sounds like he's coming in. Is that Kweku?
Easy 15998, wind 070 degrees, 5 knots, runway 08, cleared for takeoff, backtrack is approved, traffic information, IFR traffic on a visual approach, runway 26, no factor.
Backtrack runway 08 and takeoff, EasyJet 178.
It is. Kweku's on finals. Let's wait for him. What a Gridman, I love that. Whatever makes the stream longer. Kweku, I think you're last man, aren't you? I think you're the last person to come, right? We'll wait for you to come down because you're on final approach, and we will then go to observer mode. So we're all still visible, but I'm no longer on the network as a physical pilot on radar scopes and things. And I'll then do the flight recorder app, and I'll replay that downwind leg and landing for us. In fact, I know what I could do.
5665, reduce final approach speed, traffic.
Hallucinator 3000, thank you very much. Really appreciate the ATC. Hope you guys have enjoyed it, yourself and Approach as well. Really kind of you guys to connect. Hope you've enjoyed the traffic. And Luca on Approach, thank you to you as well. There we go. Everybody can say thanks to you guys in the chat. Show their appreciation for the controllers today. If you guys have got feedback links, then feel free to send them and we'll make sure they get done. Luca, welcome on board as well, thanks. Let's slowly take us over to that threshold for our approach in the DC-6. Gridman saying muchos gracias to the controllers, nice stuff. Thanks especially for allowing us to do the circling approach today. It's very nice of you guys.
EasyJet 178, cancelling takeoff.
Easy 15998 is copied, vacate via Bravo.
Always rejected takeoff.
Vacate via Bravo, EasyJet 178.
Hey! There's an RTO, guys. Gridman, well now you have.
Lufthansa 5665, wind 100 degrees, 6 knots, runway 26, clear to land.
Runway 26 for Lufthansa 565.
Always coming in for the standard approach.
Is there anything you need, or do you want to continue next takeoff?
Which runway have you take for takeoff? EasyJet 178.
You can just continue the runway 08 if you want, or if you need to cool down the brakes or anything, you can just roll back to a stand.
Okay, EasyJet 118, 10.
So easy 1598, confirm taxiing back to the holding point for departure.
Continue back to the holding point, EasyJet 118.
Easy 1598, roger, taxi holding point, runway 08 via Alpha.
Via Alpha to holding point, runway 08, EasyJet 118.
Look at that looks smooth. Try and get him in the screenshot. Doink. There we go, look at that. Beautifully timed, although Wesley and that have disappeared. Great little screenshot. So he's going to disconnect. He's going to taxi off and vacate. We're going to get the camera set up here, like this. I think this is going to be a good one, isn't it? It's a nice little view for us. What do you guys think? Jolly good. And we're still going. So we're going to disconnect, reconnect as observer, so everybody's still around, and
expecting localizer east approach.
Replay.
Easy 1598, hold position, call you back.
Here we are.
Hold position, EasyJet 118.
Lufthansa 126 for cause clear circling approach, runway 08.
So you can see here already, by that point, I'm overshooting. It's a live debrief. There's my instant correction back to 30 degrees angular bank.
Lufthansa 5665, welcome to Innsbruck, vacate via Alpha, backtrack is approved.
And when we get closer, I'm going to pause it so we're not going to land on top of somebody else, even though we're in observer mode. Oh, you know what? I wonder if my sim is going to crash to desktop at this point. Gridman, what I should have done is gone straight to 30 degrees, really. Like I would have done in the Airbus. But I figured, because we're going a lot slower, I could ease out, smooth out that turn a little bit more. There we go.
Lufthansa 5665, taxi to the apron via Alpha. Easy 1598, behind the arriving Lufthansa Airbus A320, continue taxi.
Continue taxi after Lufthansa.
There she is. Alright, whip that back. Oh, look at that. Why not get a nice view like this, eh? Now, this is a free flight replay app called Flight Recorder. It's available on flightsim.to Shamrock. It's a great question, actually. I should have mentioned it earlier. Thanks for asking. Oh, this is a proper cool view, isn't it? He says, as I'm clearly fighting to try and keep it under control. Oh, look at that. Screenshot. Touchdown.
598, line up runway 08 and wait, backtrack is approved.
There we go.
Backtrack runway 08, digit 158, line up.
And for sure, this is 5746, you can check.
There we go. So stop the replay.
746, Innsbruck Tower, Servos, Radio 5.
Brake score's fantastic, isn't it? Needs a bit of grease. Oh, Jonathan, that'd be great. You know what? I tried to create custom wing views on this, but I found that for some reason the views on this don't stay static. So it's kind of like always, every time they were always adjusting and moving themselves. If you're going to use a recorder app, by the way, guys, don't forget to turn Volanta off because it actually records further landings. Little tip. We'll park up over there with those guys. Try and do it nice and quickly, hence the fast taxi. We're invisible to the controller because we've connected as observer mode on VATSIM. It's a little important tip for you guys. There we go, we'll take this one. Get out the way. There we are. So for shutdown.
Lufthansa 1264, report break-off.
I think the AFE does this for us. There we go, look at that. It's shutting down all the engines for us. That's so cool. There we are. And we are done. So we can go ramp manager.
Alpine 5746, push first and start.
Alpine 5746, push and start approved, facing west.
We can get all these done. Roland, yeah, you can. The biggest rule with observer mode is never ever. Ooh, where are we here? Oh, look at that, we're opening the cargo hold. Never ever. Snap back here. Don't use all of the cool stuff like microphones, and don't transmit because they can hear everything you're saying basically. There we are. Look at these animations. Delivered some cargo safely to Innsbruck, as you can see. The cool thing with this, for those of you who aren't familiar with the DC-6, is because one of the cool things is as you load cargo, boxes appear inside the cabin. And if you're empty, the cabin's empty as well. It's really smart. And the animations are glorious. There's the steps. So, there we go. Thank you to everybody who flew along. Thanks to all of our bronze, silver and gold frequent flyers as always. David, I have left the flaps down, yeah. I'm pretty sure they retracted themselves, but they seem to have got stuck with the flight recorder mod being used. So I'm going to look further into that one. A bit odd. Oh, there goes the EasyJet. Join me tomorrow. We're taking part in the massive Copenhagen Live VATSIM event, and it's a whole day of ATC coverage at Copenhagen. We're going to start there in the Aerosoft CRJ 700 in the beautiful SAS livery, and we're going to fly from Copenhagen down to Stuttgart to check out the new Gaia handmade World Update 6 Microsoft Flight Simulator airport scenery that's just been released. We're going to do a turnaround, and then we're going to fly back to Copenhagen for an arrival. And it's going to be really busy. There's going to be loads of aircraft, and of course I, along with everybody else who's going to fly along with me tomorrow, will be entering to try and win some prizes as part of the event. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below. We're chasing 10,000 subscribers. When we hit it, we're going to be doing a weekend sort of party event sort of thing. with a couple of streams, one long haul, one VFR, and we're going to give away a load of stuff as well. At the moment I've got 12 prizes lined up to give away, I think, off the top of my head the last time I counted. Some of them are absolute whoppers, so hopefully we get to 10,000 soon, and then we can enjoy that big old giveaway that we're going to be doing. Don't forget to give us a little like before you head off as well, and I hope to see you all again tomorrow. Thanks as well to Gridman for your generous donation today. Enjoy the rest of the day, and enjoy the start of the weekend, and I hope to see you tomorrow for Copenhagen Live. In the meantime, thanks for watching, and take care.